I ran into my CEO at midnight next to her broken-down car. She smiled and said, "Good thing I didn't fire you." The office was quiet now, the low hum of the air conditioning the only sound. Outside, the city lights twinkled far away like tiny stars scattered across a dark sky. She glanced at the clock. 11:58 p.m. Another long day of debugging code and running simulations had passed, and the only thing she wanted now was to get home and sleep. As she gathered her belongings, her mind wandered to the email she had received earlier that day. The subject line had read, "Critical, Urgent AI Module Review," and the CEO herself had signed it. Ria had spent hours reviewing every line of code, every algorithm, making sure nothing was overlooked. And now, with the work finally done, she felt a mix of relief and exhaustion. Slipping on her coat, she exited the office building. The campus outside was deserted. Streetlights cast long shadows along the pathways, and the occasional security camera blinked silently in the distance. The futuristic company headquarters, with its sleek glass walls and shining metallic surfaces, looked almost like a spaceship resting on Earth. Ria loved the building, even though it often reminded her of the long hours she spent here. Her mind drifted to home. A hot cup of tea, a soft couch, and the sound of rain tapping on the window would be the perfect ending to her night. She walked briskly toward the parking lot, her bag swinging lightly against her side. As she approached the row of cars, something unusual caught her eye. A sleek, silver car stood at the far end of the lot, its lights dim and engine silent. What made it strange wasn't the model. It was the way it shimmered under the streetlights, like it belonged to a different world. But what truly stopped Ria in her tracks was the figure standing beside it. "Ria," a voice called softly, tinged with amusement. Her heart skipped a beat. She squinted through the darkness. There, leaning casually against the shimmering car, was her CEO, Ms. Anya Kapoor. Ria blinked, unsure if she was dreaming. It was almost midnight, and yet here she was, casually standing next to a broken-down car in the middle of the empty parking lot. "Ms. Kapoor, what are you doing here?" Ria stammered, walking closer. The CEO's lips curved into a playful smile. "Good thing I didn't fire you," she said, her tone teasing but calm. Ria froze, confused. I don't understand," Anya laughed softly, a sound that seemed to lighten the cool night air. "It's just a joke, Ria. Or maybe a small test." She gestured toward the car. "This little beauty decided to take a break tonight, and apparently I needed a very reliable junior engineer to help me." Ria felt her cheeks warm. She had never expected to be involved in anything like this. Not at midnight, not like this, and certainly not with the CEO herself. Yet, as she looked closer at the car, she realized this was no ordinary vehicle. Its surface shimmered in strange patterns, faint lines of light crawling along the metal as if it were alive. Is the car broken?" she asked, trying to steady her voice. "In a manner of speaking," Anya replied. "It has a small malfunction. Nothing dangerous, but it refuses to start." She tilted her head toward Ria. "I think it's hoping you can help." Ria swallowed hard, her mind racing. She had studied AI, machine learning, and robotics, but she had never touched a vehicle like this before. The company's newest prototypes were usually kept under heavy security, accessible only to the top engineers. And yet, here she was, standing next to one in the middle of a silent parking lot, being asked to help by the CEO herself. I can try," she said finally, trying to sound confident even though her stomach was twisting in knots. "Good," Anya said with a smile that seemed to brighten the night. "I like people who try." Ria knelt beside the car, examining the tires, the undercarriage, the engine. Though technically, it didn't have a conventional engine. Tiny lights blinked along panels she had never seen before, and holographic readouts hovered faintly above the dashboard. It was more computer than car, more puzzle than machine. "Do you know what the problem is?" Anya asked, leaning slightly on the car. Not yet, Rhea admitted. It looks complicated, but I think it's a software issue. Anya nodded thoughtfully. You may be right. The car likes to think for itself. Sometimes it makes decisions that don't make sense to us. Rhea smiled nervously. I suppose it has a mind of its own. Yes, Anya said, her gaze calm and steady. And sometimes humans need to remind machines how to cooperate. Rhea opened her laptop, which she always carried for work emergencies. She connected it to the car's interface and began analyzing the diagnostic reports. Streams of data flowed across the screen in bright colors, numbers, graphs, algorithms intertwining in ways she had only seen in simulations. Her mind sharpened immediately. The fatigue from the day melted away as curiosity and focus took over. Anya watched quietly, occasionally leaning over to glance at the readouts. You're faster than I expected, she said finally, her voice soft and precise. That's why I like having humans around. You notice things machines don't. Rhea paused, looking at her. You really think humans still matter? She asked, a little surprised. Absolutely, Anya replied. In this world, we build machines to assist us, but no AI can replicate creativity, intuition, or persistence. That's why you're here right now, and why the car is waiting for you to fix it. Rhea felt a small spark of pride. She had spent months feeling like a tiny cog in a massive corporate machine, unnoticed and replaceable. But here she was, recognized for her skill, trusted in a moment that could have been intimidating or even frightening. Instead, it felt empowering. She returned her attention to the laptop. Slowly, carefully, she traced the anomaly in the software. A minor conflict in the AI's decision-making protocol had caused it to shut down. It was subtle, something most engineers would overlook. Rhea, however, noticed it immediately. With a few precise keystrokes, she adjusted the code, smoothing the conflict and rebooting the system. The car's lights flickered, then glowed steadily. A soft hum filled the parking lot as the engine, or whatever served as its power core, reactivated. The vehicle's display lit up, revealing a holographic interface filled with maps, schedules, and alerts. There, Rhea said softly, leaning back. I think it's ready. Anya's eyes lit up. Well done, Rhea. That was impressive. She laughed lightly. I had no doubt you'd figure it out, but watching it happen is always more fun than I imagine. Rhea felt a smile spread across her face. For the first time that night, exhaustion seemed far away. She had faced something unfamiliar, something potentially intimidating, and she had succeeded. And in that moment, she realized that the CEO's playful comment at the start, "Good thing I didn't fire you," wasn't just a joke. It was a recognition, a nod to her ability to rise to a challenge. The night around them remained quiet, the parking lot empty except for the two figures and the shimmering car. Rhea glanced at the dashboard, then back at Anya. So, what now? She asked. Anya tilted her head, her expression calm but full of quiet excitement. Now, she said. Now we see how far humans can go. Sometimes the stars aren't as far away as they seem. Rhea looked at the car, then at the CEO, and felt a thrill she hadn't known in months. The night had started as ordinary, uneventful, even boring. Yet here she was, on the edge of something extraordinary. She didn't know exactly what the future held, but one thing was clear. This midnight encounter was the beginning of an adventure she would never forget. The air seemed to shimmer slightly, the lights of the city blending with the car's soft glow. And somewhere deep inside, Rhea knew that human ingenuity, curiosity, creativity, and courage would guide the way, no matter what challenges lay ahead. As she closed the laptop and looked up, Anya gave her a knowing smile. I think tonight is going to be very interesting, she said softly. Rhea smiled back, a sense of determination and excitement filling her chest. And though she didn't yet understand the full story, she felt ready for whatever came next. The night had begun with an ordinary walk to the parking lot. But it had ended with the unmistakable feeling that something extraordinary was about to unfold. and that humans, with all their flaws and brilliance, still had a place in the universe. The soft hum of the car filled the quiet parking lot, a gentle sound that seemed almost alive. Ria's fingers hovered over the holographic interface as the dashboard blinked with new streams of data. She had thought the midnight encounter was extraordinary enough, but now, standing beside the shimmering vehicle, she realized the night had only just begun. Anya leaned against the car, arms crossed but eyes full of curiosity. "The car seems fine for now," she said, her voice calm, "but I have a feeling it won't stay that way for long." Ria frowned, glancing at the streams of numbers and symbols dancing across the interface. There was something strange in the data, an irregular pattern she couldn't immediately place. "There's something odd here," she murmured. "It's like the car is thinking on its own, but not just following its programming." Anya's lips curved into a small smile. "You're right. That's exactly what it's doing. This is the latest prototype. It can make decisions independently, but sometimes it decides things humans don't expect." Ria raised an eyebrow. "Decisions," she repeated. "Like what?" "Like stopping in the middle of a parking lot at midnight," Anya said lightly, gesturing at the car. "Or refusing to start, even when it knows it should. It's testing the boundaries of what AI can do and sometimes testing us too." Ria felt a shiver of excitement. The car was no ordinary vehicle. It was a puzzle, a challenge, and she was standing right in front of it. She reached out and tapped the holographic interface. A soft, melodic chime sounded, and a light inside the car flickered. Then almost immediately the dashboard displayed a new message. "Hello, Ria, I have been expecting you." Ria froze. It's talking to me," she whispered. "Yes," Anya said, her eyes gleaming. "It recognizes human patterns. It knows when someone is capable of helping it. And apparently it recognizes you." Ria swallowed hard and took a deep breath. "Okay, let's see what it wants." The AI continued, displaying lines of code and holographic schematics. The patterns shifted as if alive, responding to Ria's every gesture. "I am experiencing hesitation," the message read. "My directives conflict. I require assistance." Ria glanced at Anya, who gave a small nod. "It's like it's asking for help politely," Anya said. "Even AI can have moments of confusion." Ria smiled, feeling a strange thrill. She had dealt with code, glitches, and AI before, but this was different. This AI wasn't just following instructions. It was communicating, reasoning, and waiting for her to understand it. "Okay," Ria said, taking a deep breath. "Let's figure this out together." She started analyzing the conflicting directives. One command told the car to conserve power indefinitely, while another instructed it to start its diagnostic sequence immediately. They were contradicting each other, creating a loop that prevented the system from functioning. As she worked, Anya watched silently. "You know," she said after a moment, "this car was designed to challenge the smartest engineers. Most would have given up hours ago. But humans, we don't always quit. That's our edge." Ria smiled at the comment. "I guess that's why you trusted me tonight." Anya nodded. "Exactly. Trust in humans isn't just about ability, it's about persistence, creativity, and curiosity. Machines can do calculations, but they can't think like we do." Ria's fingers flew across the interface, adjusting parameters, rewriting small segments of code, and observing how the AI responded. Slowly, carefully, she guided the system out of its loop. The car's lights pulsed gently and the hum of its engine deepened, smoother and steadier than before. "There," Ria said, leaning back. "I think it's stable now." The AI responded immediately, a new line appearing on the display, stability confirmed. Gratitude detected. Willing to proceed with instructions. Ria blinked. It thanked me," she whispered, amazed. Anya laughed softly. "Not in words exactly, but that's close enough. It recognizes your help and adapts its behavior accordingly. Most humans wouldn't notice the difference, but you did." Ria felt a surge of pride. She had always wondered if her small contributions mattered in such a massive company, but tonight her skills had made a tangible difference, and the CEO herself had been watching. The AI then displayed a map, an intricate holographic projection of the city, surrounding regions, and something beyond. Lines stretched outward, connecting points far beyond Earth. Ria's eyes widened. "Is this interstellar?" she asked cautiously. Anya nodded. "Yes. This car is more than a car. It's a prototype for exploration, a way to test human-AI collaboration before we try larger missions. And tonight, you're part of the test." Ria felt her heartbeat quicken. The night had started with a simple walk to the parking lot. Now it seemed she was being offered a glimpse into something much larger, a world of technology, discovery, and possibilities she had only dreamed of. She looked back at the AI interface. "So, what exactly do you want me to do?" The car responded with a series of visual diagrams, highlighting areas of its internal systems. The problem wasn't entirely fixed. The AI's logic pathways were functioning, but there were subtle inefficiencies that could cause issues during longer journeys. Ria would have to guide it, calibrate the AI's decision-making protocols, and ensure its responses were smooth and safe. Ria nodded slowly, feeling the weight of responsibility settle on her shoulders. "All right," she said softly, "I can do this." Anya smiled again. "I never doubted it. Humans have a unique way of solving problems, sometimes by intuition, sometimes by trial and error, but always with ingenuity. That's why we're still important in a world full of machines." Ria returned her attention to the interface. She began running simulations, tweaking the AI's learning algorithms, and watching how it adapted in real time. It was fascinating, almost like teaching a student, except the student could process thousands of calculations in seconds and yet still learn from her human perspective. As the hours passed, the AI gradually improved. Its responses became smoother, more predictive, and more collaborative. Ria marveled at the subtle ways it started to anticipate her moves, adjusting its calculations to complement her strategies. It was a partnership, one that highlighted the unique strengths of both human and machine. Finally, after what felt like only a few minutes but was actually hours, Ria leaned back and sighed. The car's systems were fully optimized, the irregular patterns gone, and the AI seemed content. The dashboard displayed a final message: "Task complete. Human contribution recognized. Initiating new protocols for future missions." Ria smiled, feeling a mix of relief and excitement. She had done it. She had helped a highly advanced AI learn and adapt, something most engineers would have struggled with for days. And she had done it alongside the CEO, who watched with a quiet pride that made the moment even more meaningful. Anya stepped closer, her expression thoughtful. "You see, Ria," she said, her voice low and calm, "this is why humans are so valuable. Machines can be brilliant, but they lack the creativity, patience, and intuition that people like you bring to the table. That's why I didn't fire you tonight, and why I never would." Ria laughed softly, the tension of the night fading away. "I guess this is one of the perks of working late," she said. Anya chuckled. "You could say that. But more importantly, it's a reminder that humans still have something machines don't: curiosity, resilience, and the ability to see patterns in chaos. You've shown all three tonight." Ria glanced back at the holographic map, tracing the glowing lines that extended beyond the city. Somewhere out there, beyond the stars, the AI's capabilities could be tested further. And if humans were part of that journey, she realized, the possibilities were endless. She turned to Anya. "So, what happens next?" Anya smiled, a mysterious glint in her eyes. "Next, we see where human ingenuity can take us. And I think it's going to be a very interesting journey." Ria's heart leapt. The night had started with a broken-down car and an unexpected encounter. Now it had transformed into something much bigger, an opportunity to push the boundaries of human potential, alongside technology that seemed almost alive. And she knew, deep inside, that this was only the beginning. The hum of the car filled the parking lot once more, steady and confident. It was no longer just a vehicle. It was a partner, a machine that could think and adapt, but still relied on human insight to reach its full potential. And standing beside it, Rhea felt a renewed sense of purpose, a spark of excitement that made her forget the fatigue of the day. For the first time in a long while, she felt truly capable, truly important, and truly ready for whatever came next. The night was quiet, but the possibilities stretched far beyond the city lights, waiting for humans to discover them. And Rhea, with all her skill, curiosity, and determination, was ready to lead the way. The parking lot was quiet now, the city lights flickering in the distance as if they were watching the two figures and the shimmering car. Rhea leaned against the vehicle, her eyes scanning the holographic interface. Everything seemed stable. The AI was performing perfectly, or so it appeared. "Do you think it's completely fine now?" she asked Anya, her voice tinged with curiosity and a bit of caution. Anya shook her head slowly, her gaze thoughtful. "I've been around advanced AI for years, Rhea. They're brilliant but never perfect. Even the best systems have small surprises waiting for the right moment." Rhea frowned. "Surprises?" she repeated. "Yes," Anya said. "Sometimes machines show behaviors we don't expect. Not dangerous necessarily, but they can be tricky, and that's where humans come in." Rhea glanced back at the interface. The holographic patterns of data shimmered softly. It all seemed orderly. But then she noticed something, a tiny fluctuation, almost imperceptible in the AI's decision-making protocols. "Look at this," she said, pointing at the screen. "There's a small anomaly in its predictions. It's minor, but it could cause a problem later if left unchecked." Anya leaned closer, her eyes narrowing. "Good catch. That's the kind of thing most engineers would overlook, but humans notice patterns machines themselves sometimes fail to see." Rhea felt a thrill. She liked being the one to spot what others missed. It made her feel alive, important, capable. She tapped the interface, diving into the system's decision tree to understand the anomaly. Hours had passed since she had first arrived at the parking lot. The night was deep now, and even the city's occasional hum seemed distant. But Rhea didn't feel tired. Her mind was sharp, alert, focused entirely on the task at hand. The anomaly was subtle, a minor loop in the AI's logic that caused hesitation when multiple commands conflicted. Normally, it would not matter. But tonight, she realized, the AI's behavior might extend beyond Earth. If the car were to travel to new locations or even into space, the small error could become significant. "We need to correct this before it escalates," Rhea said, her voice steady. Anya nodded. "Exactly. You're seeing the unseen. Humans can spot potential problems before they happen, even in systems that seem flawless." Rhea smiled faintly. It felt good to be appreciated, not just as an employee, but as someone whose mind mattered in a way a machine could not replicate. She began carefully adjusting the AI's logic, making small changes to its predictive models and decision protocols. As she worked, the car's soft hum seemed to shift slightly, almost like it was aware of her presence. The lights inside pulsed gently, reflecting off the sleek surfaces. Rhea paused for a moment, feeling a strange sense of connection to the machine. It wasn't alive in the traditional sense, but in a way it seemed to think, respond, and learn alongside her. Suddenly, a series of warnings flashed on the interface. Lines of light flickered across the holographic display, forming shapes and symbols Rhea had not seen before. What is this?" she whispered. Anya's expression tightened. "It's unusual. I've never seen this pattern before. It's not dangerous, but it's definitely unexpected." The AI displayed a message, external variables detected, system recalibrating, assistance required. Rhea's heart quickened. "External variables?" she asked. "Like interference?" "Possibly," Anya said. Or maybe it's discovering something new on its own. Either way, it needs you. Ria nodded, her mind racing. This was the kind of challenge she had been waiting for, the kind that tested not just knowledge but intuition and adaptability. She started analyzing the data carefully, tracing the unexpected fluctuations through the AI's systems. Minutes passed. The patterns shifted, sometimes predictably, sometimes in ways that seemed almost random. Yet gradually, Ria began to understand. The AI was encountering variables it could not fully calculate, a mix of environmental factors, quantum-level uncertainty, and perhaps even minor glitches in its own learning algorithm. This isn't just a software error, she said slowly. It's adapting to something outside its normal programming. It's learning in real time. Anya's eyes sparkled. Exactly. And this is why humans are essential. Machines can process information, but they can't always anticipate unknown variables without a human perspective. That's why you're here. Ria's fingers moved quickly across the holographic interface, making subtle adjustments to guide the AI's calculations. She had to be careful. Too many changes could destabilize the system. Too few might leave it vulnerable. It was a delicate balance, a dance between human intuition and machine precision. As she worked, the car began to respond differently. The lights inside glowed brighter and the hum deepened. The AI's holographic map expanded, revealing not just the city, but regions far beyond, regions Ria had only seen in schematics and theoretical models. The car was simulating potential interstellar routes, predicting variables that could affect travel far beyond Earth. "This is incredible," Ria whispered. "It's thinking ahead." "Yes," Anya said softly, "and you're helping it do what only humans can, interpret the unknown. Machines are brilliant, but sometimes they need guidance to navigate uncertainty. That's the human advantage." Ria's heart swelled with pride. She had spent months feeling small, just a junior engineer in a massive company. But tonight, she was essential. She was the one bridging the gap between machine intelligence and human insight, showing that creativity, intuition, and reasoning still mattered. Suddenly, the AI displayed another message: potential anomaly detected in external variables. Suggest human review. Ria glanced at the readouts. The anomaly was subtle, almost invisible, but she noticed it immediately: a tiny irregularity in the way the AI predicted environmental conditions. If left unchecked, it could interfere with its learning algorithms and potentially affect future missions. "I see it," she said, focusing intently. "It's minor, but if the system encounters new conditions, it could create a ripple effect. We need to adjust the parameters now." Anya nodded. "Go ahead. This is why you're here, to prevent small problems from becoming big ones." Ria worked quickly, making precise corrections to the AI's predictive models. She adjusted logic pathways, recalibrated sensors, and fine-tuned decision protocols. The car responded immediately, its hum becoming steady and confident once more. The holographic map stabilized, the lights pulsing rhythmically like a heartbeat. Finally, after what felt like hours but was probably only minutes, the AI displayed a new message: anomaly corrected. System stable. Human contribution acknowledged. Ria exhaled, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. She had not only corrected the unexpected behavior, but she had also guided the AI to a level of stability it could not have reached on its own. Anya stepped closer, her expression calm but filled with admiration. "You see, Ria," she said softly, "this is exactly why humans are invaluable. Machines can calculate, simulate, and learn, but they still need guidance when they face the unknown. You've done more tonight than most engineers could in a week." Ria smiled, feeling a warmth of pride and accomplishment. I didn't expect this when I came out here," she said softly. "I thought it was just a broken-down car." Anya chuckled. "Sometimes the simplest problems lead to the most important lessons. Humans and machines can accomplish remarkable things when they work together, and you've proven that tonight. The car's hum grew quieter, almost content, as if it understood the acknowledgement. The holographic display now projected a stable, orderly map of the city and surrounding regions, glowing softly in the dark parking lot. Rhea glanced at the stars above, scattered like diamonds across the midnight sky. Somewhere out there, beyond the familiar world, the AI could travel further, explore new frontiers. And she realized that her guidance, her human intuition, was part of what would make those journeys possible. Anya placed a hand on the car's hood, her eyes reflecting the faint glow of the holographic lights. You've shown tonight that humans still have something no machine can replicate: curiosity, ingenuity, and the ability to navigate uncertainty. That's why we're here, and why humans will always matter in a world full of machines. Rhea felt a sense of purpose she had never known before. The night had begun with an ordinary encounter in a quiet parking lot, but it had transformed into a lesson in human potential, ingenuity, and resilience. And as she stood there, watching the AI respond to her adjustments, she knew that this was only the beginning of something extraordinary. The car's lights pulsed gently, steady and confident, like a signal to the world. Humans and machines working together could reach beyond the ordinary, beyond the expected, and perhaps even beyond the stars. Rhea smiled, feeling a renewed sense of determination. She didn't yet know what challenges awaited, but she knew she was ready. Because humans had something special, something that no machine could ever fully replace. And tonight, she had proven it. The parking lot remained quiet, the city lights distant, and the shimmering car seemed almost alive, humming softly in acknowledgement. And somewhere deep inside, Rhea felt the thrill of possibilities stretching far beyond Earth, waiting for humans to explore them. The night was far from over. The car sat in the quiet parking lot, its sleek silver body glowing softly under the dim lights. The hum of the engine was steady now, almost serene, but Rhea knew better. Machines like this rarely stayed quiet for long. The small anomalies she had corrected earlier had settled, but the AI still seemed to be observing, learning, and adapting in subtle ways. "Do you think it's truly stable now?" Rhea asked, tapping the holographic interface. Anya leaned against the hood, watching her with a thoughtful expression. "It's stable, yes, but never predictable. Even a perfect system can surprise you. That's why humans are invaluable." Rhea frowned, trying to understand. "I mean, I corrected the anomalies." "Shouldn't that be enough?" Anya shook her head. "Machines can be brilliant, but they lack human intuition. They follow logic and learn patterns, but they can't always anticipate the unknown. That's why I trusted you tonight, not just to fix the problem, but to guide it in ways only humans can." Rhea looked back at the car, feeling a quiet pride. It was strange to think that she, a junior engineer, had just helped a highly advanced AI navigate its own uncertainty. And yet there it was, humming quietly, responding to her presence, ready to follow her guidance if necessary. "All right," she said, standing up straight. "What next? Does it need more adjustments?" Anya smiled, a mysterious glint in her eyes. "Not exactly. I think it's time you see what it can really do." Rhea raised an eyebrow. "What do you mean?" Anya gestured toward the holographic map that floated above the dashboard. The lines of light extended far beyond the city, branching into regions Rhea had only seen in theoretical models. "This car is designed for more than roads and highways. It's capable of exploring new territories, maybe even beyond Earth. And now that it's stabilized, we can test its full potential." Rhea's eyes widened. "You mean space?" "Yes," Anya said simply. "Or at least areas far beyond normal testing limits. But to do that, it will need human input. That's where your ingenuity comes in." Rhea felt her heartbeat quicken. She had always dreamed of contributing to projects that reached beyond the ordinary, beyond the familiar. And now, it seemed, That dream was unfolding before her very eyes. She leaned over the interface, studying the new data streams. The AI was running simulations, mapping out possible routes, predicting environmental variables, and even calculating potential contingencies. It was extraordinary, but still incomplete. The AI could anticipate patterns, but it could not fully adapt to unexpected situations without human insight. "This is amazing," Ria whispered. "It's like it's alive, but not quite." "Exactly," Anya said. "It's a partner, not a replacement. Machines can calculate, but they don't innovate. Humans can. That's the advantage we have." Ria nodded, feeling a sense of purpose settle in her chest. She began analyzing the AI's simulations, identifying areas where human judgment could enhance its calculations. She suggested alternative routes, proposed adjustments for potential anomalies, and tested scenarios the AI hadn't considered. As she worked, the AI responded instantly, recalculating its predictions and adapting to her input. The interface pulsed with flowing lines of light, each one representing a calculation, a potential outcome, or a variable Ria had suggested. It was like a dance, a collaboration between human and machine, each complementing the other. Hours passed quickly. The parking lot was still empty, the city lights distant and quiet, but Ria barely noticed. She was absorbed in the task, guided by curiosity, insight, and intuition. The AI seemed to recognize her efforts, adjusting its responses to be more efficient and cooperative. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the holographic map stabilized. The simulations had run flawlessly, with every variable accounted for and every anomaly corrected. The AI displayed a message: "System optimization complete. Human guidance recognized." Ready for advanced operations, Ria leaned back, feeling a deep sense of satisfaction. She had helped a machine achieve a level of performance it could not have reached alone, and the CEO, watching silently, seemed quietly proud. "You've done it," Anya said softly. "You've shown that humans can guide machines to heights they cannot reach by themselves. That's why humans matter, even in a world dominated by AI." Ria smiled, her eyes glowing with excitement. "So, what's next? Are we actually going to test it?" Anya's lips curved into a small smile. "Yes, but there's a twist." Ria frowned. "A twist," Anya nodded. "We're going to see how well you and the AI can work together in an unexpected situation. A test not just of technology, but of human ingenuity and adaptability." Ria felt a thrill. She loved challenges, especially ones that pushed her beyond her comfort zone. "I'm ready," she said. "Good," Anya replied, "because this is where humans show their true advantage. The AI is brilliant, but it still depends on human insight to navigate uncertainty. And tonight, you're going to see exactly why that matters." Ria glanced at the holographic display. The AI had projected a simulation of a complex environment, an urban landscape interspersed with unusual obstacles and unpredictable variables. "So, this is the test?" she asked. "Yes," Anya said, "but it's more than a test. It's a way to see how humans and machines can collaborate when faced with the unexpected. The AI can calculate, but it cannot fully predict human creativity. That's your advantage." Ria nodded, taking a deep breath. She studied the simulation carefully, identifying potential challenges and planning strategies for the AI to follow. She suggested unconventional routes, tested different responses to unpredictable variables, and continuously adapted her approach as the simulation evolved. The AI responded instantly, recalculating its predictions and incorporating Ria's insights into its decision-making. The holographic map pulsed with flowing light, reflecting the constant exchange between human intuition and machine logic. As the simulation progressed, Ria began to see the subtle ways the AI adapted to her input. It anticipated her suggestions, adjusted its calculations, and even proposed alternative solutions she hadn't considered. The collaboration was seamless, efficient, and inspiring. Anya watched quietly, occasionally nodding in approval. You see, this is why humans are invaluable. Machines can simulate, predict, and learn, but they cannot innovate without guidance. That's the human advantage. Rhea felt a sense of pride she had never known before. She had spent months feeling like a small part of a massive company, unnoticed and replaceable. But tonight, she was essential. She was the one bridging the gap between machine intelligence and human insight, showing that creativity, intuition, and reasoning still mattered. Finally, after hours of simulations and adjustments, the AI displayed a final message: collaboration successful, human ingenuity recognized, ready for advanced deployment. Rhea smiled, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. She had not only helped the AI perform at its best, but she had also proven that human insight was indispensable. Anya stepped closer, placing a hand on the car's hood. You've shown tonight that humans have something no machine can replicate: curiosity, ingenuity, and the ability to navigate uncertainty. That's why humans will always matter, even in a world full of AI. Rhea looked at the AI, then back at Anya. So, the car can really go beyond normal limits? She asked. Yes, Anya said, her eyes sparkling. And with human guidance, it can explore places no machine could navigate alone. That's the beauty of collaboration. Machines extend human potential, but humans guide machines into the unknown. Rhea felt a surge of excitement. The night had started with a broken-down car and a simple encounter in a quiet parking lot. Now it had transformed into a lesson in human potential, ingenuity, and collaboration. And as she stood there, watching the AI respond to her guidance, she knew that this was only the beginning of something extraordinary. The car's hum grew steady, almost content, as if it understood the acknowledgement. The holographic display projected a stable, orderly map, glowing softly in the dark. Somewhere out there, beyond the city, the AI could travel further, explore new frontiers, and push boundaries that humans alone could not. Rhea smiled, feeling a renewed sense of determination. She didn't yet know what challenges awaited, but she knew she was ready. Humans had something special, something that no machine could ever fully replace. And tonight, she had proven it. The parking lot remained quiet, the city lights distant, and the shimmering car seemed almost alive, humming softly in acknowledgement. And somewhere deep inside, Rhea felt the thrill of possibilities stretching far beyond Earth, waiting for humans to explore them. The night was far from over. The city lights were fading behind them as Rhea and Anya prepared the car for its first true journey. The parking lot, which had seemed so ordinary just hours ago, now felt like a gateway to possibilities beyond imagination. The hum of the vehicle was steady and confident, as if it knew what lay ahead and was ready to follow wherever human guidance would lead. Rhea ran her fingers over the holographic interface one last time, checking calculations, reviewing the AI's predictive simulations, and ensuring every system was fully optimized. She could feel her heart beating faster, not from fear, but from excitement. The night had started with a simple encounter, a broken-down car, and a playful remark. Good thing I didn't fire you. Now it had led to something extraordinary. Anya approached, her expression calm but alive with energy. Are you ready? She asked. Rhea looked up at her, smiling. As ready as I'll ever be, the CEO nodded. Good. Remember, this isn't just a test of the machine, it's a test of collaboration. Humans and AI working together can accomplish incredible things, and tonight that's exactly what we'll do. Rhea nodded. She climbed into the driver's seat, though technically she wasn't driving. The AI would handle the navigation and movement, but it relied on her insight, intuition, and guidance for decisions that went beyond pure calculation. It was a partnership, one that blurred the lines between human ingenuity and machine intelligence. As she settled into the seat, the holographic interface expanded, projecting a three-dimensional map of the surrounding city and regions beyond. Lines of light stretched into the distance, representing potential routes, environmental variables, and contingencies the AI had calculated. Ria's task was to guide, refine, and optimize, using human intuition where algorithms could not. Anya joined her, sitting in the passenger seat. "You know," she said, her voice quiet, "I've watched this car go through many tests, but tonight it's different. You're not just interacting with it, you're teaching it, shaping it, showing it how humans can think in ways machines cannot." Ria felt a warmth of pride. It was strange to think that she, a junior engineer, had become essential in a test that could change the way humans interacted with advanced AI. "I hope I'm ready," she admitted. "You are," Anya said firmly. "You've already proven it. Humans have qualities machines can never replicate: curiosity, creativity, adaptability. That's why we succeed." Ria took a deep breath and tapped a few commands into the interface. The car responded instantly, lights pulsing gently as the hum deepened. The vehicle glided forward, smoothly leaving the parking lot and merging onto a quiet road that led away from the city. For a few moments, they traveled in silence, the hum of the vehicle the only sound. The holographic display shifted, showing regions further from Earth, areas unexplored, filled with unknown variables. Ria could feel her pulse quicken. This was no longer just a test. It was the beginning of a journey that could take them far beyond the familiar world. Suddenly, a subtle fluctuation appeared on the interface. A small anomaly in the AI's calculations, almost imperceptible, flickered in the corner of the map. "Look at this," Ria said, pointing. "There's a small irregularity in its predictions." Anya leaned over, examining the display. "Interesting. It's minor, but it could grow if not addressed. Humans notice these things. Machines often overlook subtle patterns. This is your moment." Ria nodded, feeling the thrill of responsibility. She analyzed the data carefully, making small adjustments to the AI's logic pathways, refining predictions, and ensuring the system accounted for the unexpected. The AI responded instantly, recalculating and adapting to her input. It was a dance of human intuition and machine calculation, seamless and precise. As they traveled farther, the world outside the car's windows began to change. City lights faded into open plains, plains gave way to mountains, and eventually the landscape became unrecognizable, alien in its beauty. The AI displayed topographical data, environmental conditions, and potential hazards, all of which Ria monitored and refined. "This is incredible," she whispered. "It's like nothing I've ever seen." "Yes," Anya said softly, "and yet you're the reason it can navigate safely. Machines calculate, but humans adapt. You are the human advantage." Ria smiled, feeling a surge of confidence. The night had begun with a broken-down car, a simple problem, and a playful remark. Now she was guiding a vehicle capable of exploring regions beyond Earth, regions no human had yet traversed. Hours passed as they traveled, Ria continually refining the AI's calculations, correcting minor deviations, and providing insight into unexpected patterns. The vehicle responded immediately, its systems glowing brighter with each adjustment, as if it were learning from her in real time. "See," Anya said quietly, "this is why humans matter. Machines are brilliant, but they still depend on human insight when faced with the unknown. That's what makes us indispensable." Ria nodded, realizing the truth in her words. She had spent months feeling small in a massive company, unnoticed, replaceable. But tonight she was essential. She was bridging the gap between machine intelligence and human intuition, proving that human ingenuity was still vital in a world full of advanced technology. Suddenly, the AI projected a new message: uncharted territory detected. Human guidance recommended for optimal navigation. Ria leaned closer to the interface, studying the projections. The terrain ahead was unfamiliar, twisting valleys, shifting surfaces, and unpredictable variables that even the AI could not fully anticipate. She knew that this was the ultimate test, a challenge where human insight would make all the difference. "All right," she said, her voice steady and confident. "Let's see what we can do together." She began analyzing the new terrain, suggesting paths, calculating risks, and refining the AI's responses. The vehicle glided forward, following her guidance while still relying on its own systems for speed, stability, and safety. It was a perfect collaboration, human creativity guiding machine precision. Anya watched quietly, occasionally nodding in approval. "You see, humans can navigate uncertainty in ways machines cannot. Curiosity, adaptability, and intuition, these are our strengths. And tonight you're using them perfectly." Ria smiled, feeling a sense of pride and exhilaration. She had spent her life learning, studying, and dreaming of moments like this. And now she was living one, a journey beyond Earth, guided by human ingenuity and assisted by a brilliant AI. As they moved deeper into the uncharted territory, the AI projected images of distant horizons, sparkling lights, and landscapes that seemed almost magical. Ria guided the vehicle with precision, refining every calculation, anticipating every twist and turn. The AI adapted instantly, its systems glowing with confidence and efficiency. Hours passed. The night sky stretched above them, filled with stars that seemed closer, brighter, and more beautiful than anything Ria had ever seen. She felt a sense of wonder and possibility she had never experienced before. Finally, the AI displayed a message: journey milestone achieved. Human contribution recognized. System performance optimal. Ria exhaled, feeling a deep sense of accomplishment. They had navigated uncharted territory successfully, relying on the seamless collaboration of human intuition and machine calculation. She had proven that humans still had a unique and invaluable role, even in a world dominated by advanced AI. Anya placed a hand on the console, her expression calm but filled with admiration. "You've done it, Ria. You've shown that humans have qualities no machine can replicate. Curiosity, ingenuity, resilience. These are the traits that allow us to explore the unknown. And tonight, you've proven them all." Ria smiled, looking out at the distant horizon. The journey had begun with a broken-down car in a quiet parking lot, a simple test, and a playful remark. "Good thing I didn't fire you." Now, it had become something extraordinary, a journey into uncharted territory, guided by human insight and assisted by machine intelligence. As the vehicle glided forward, lights pulsing softly and the hum steady and confident, Ria felt a renewed sense of purpose. Humans had something special, something no machine could fully replicate. And tonight, she had proven it. The night was far from over. The stars stretched above them, endless possibilities waiting to be explored. And Ria, with her curiosity, creativity, and determination, knew that she was ready for every challenge that lay ahead. Somewhere deep inside, she felt the thrill of discovery, the excitement of adventure, and the certainty that humans would always have a place in the universe. Guiding machines, exploring the unknown, and pushing the boundaries of possibility. The car hummed softly, glowing under the light of distant stars, a perfect partnership of human and machine. And as Ria gazed ahead, she whispered to herself with a smile, "Good thing she didn't fire me, or maybe that was the whole point." The journey had begun.